I'm looking to upgrade. I'm on a 125 at the moment.
Yeah.
By the way, you just blocked somebody coming in. Just be careful of where you park your bike. He was literally trying to come in. All right, but yeah, so next time I'd recommend.
Because I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I understand that. Obviously, you can pull over safely to the side and do so.
What's your name?
Pardon?
What's your name?
What's your name?
Liz.
Liz.
So I'm this police officer that's in charge.
Oh,
of this
Chief Superintendent. Oh, okay, lovely.
Have you got any ID on you, please?
Why would I need ID?
Have you got any ID on you, please?
Come on,
I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Come on, Superintendent. You don't just go around demanding ID from the members of the public.
I'd certainly do if they're a counter-terrorism risk.
Counter-terrorism risk? What makes it a counter-terrorism risk?
Filming our officers.
As I explained to the person on the bike, I don't even know who that is.
Okay,
but I'm just waiting for some marked vehicles to come in and out.
So, would you mind me asking, just asking, what are you doing here?
As I've just explained twice now, once to the person on the bike and one on the to this lady.
Mate, listen. Can't really be outside police stations.
Okay, before you go ahead with the search, can I just say one more thing? Yeah. I would highly recommend that you look up a memo from the National Police Chiefs Council regarding people filming in public places, regarding social media vloggers and police stations. I would highly recommend it before you land yourself a lawsuit.
Listen.
And that's you do what you
feel comfortable with that.
You do what you got to do. You do what you got. I will not say now. I do not consent to any searches. I know lawfully I don't have to, but I want to make that clear.
Get ready. This doesn't ease in, it detonates. A superintendent walks up and skips the pleasantries, demanding ID as if the law is a suggestion. The auditor doesn't blink. He flips the script, asking, "Why would I need ID?" and forces her to name lawful grounds. You can feel the power dynamic shift in real time. A uniform expecting compliance meets a citizen who knows the rulebook. The air tightens. One question, under what authority? Turns a casual check into a constitutional collision course.
Regardless of your ability to film things in a public setting,
right?
Obviously, you raise our awareness and our suspicion, particularly in an environment of severe CT risk.
And who are you? Sorry,
I'm Inspector Tarek McKinsey.
Inspector
Tarek McKinsey.
McKinsey, that's a cool name. I like that. And have you got a warrant number there?
Yeah, I do. 243501.
243501. Thank you. And do you have a warrant number? Sorry.
Mate, listen.
Sorry,
Instead of being obstructive.
No, I'm not being obstructive. I'm trying to get relevant information.
Listen to me for a second, all right?
No, I don't have to listen to you, do I?
No, you don't.
Exactly.
Okay, fine.
So you've given me a warrant number. Do you have a warrant number, Superintendent, please?
We're not going to engage with any further.
Listen.
Well, you are, because you're saying that you're going to search me, so you would have to give your information at that point anyway, wouldn't you?
Can you grab one of the uniform log?
Yeah. And you're Charlie Wynn, so you're a constable, thank you. But, am I being detained at this moment? Am I currently detained?
Yeah, uniforms.
No.
Who are equipped and everything to do with you.
Okay, so I'm not detained?
Not at this precise moment.
Okay, not at this precise moment. Well, again, as I said, you've got smartphones. I would highly recommend you look up this memo, okay? This memo.
The superintendent presses terrorism risk. The auditor counters with precision. The NPCC memo on public filming. He warns, calmly, that using Section 43 without grounds will end in court. This isn't bluster. It's a man laying a legal tripwire. The officers want suspicion. He demands specifics. A crowd-pleasing standoff forms. Policy soundbites versus documented guidance. And the first crack appears. If filming alone isn't grounds, what exactly do they have?
The memo is a key piece of evidence in court on these lawsuits.
I'm not disputing the fact that you're not allowed to film in the
Absolutely.
public setting, but the fact that you're here and filming police vehicles.
No, but the memo clearly states that filming outside a police station is not enough grounds for a Section 43 search. Okay, and that is the key point of evidence that will win me this lawsuit.
You're not filming outside a police station. You're filming. You've told a colleague you're filming vehicles. That's capturing
marked
data
vehicles.
And things like that.
Marked vehicles.
Irrelevant.
No, we pay for them. Members of the public, as through our taxes, we pay for them. They're not secret information.
We can also search
they're not secret.
to look into that.
No. You have to have grounds to search me.
Yeah, I do.
No. You have to have objection. So do you suspect me being a terrorist?
You're also filming people police officers coming out who are not who are not wearing uniform.
No. You're making an assumption. You're making an assumption there.
The officer just came out and said you were filming as she exited. So,
right, and do you know that I was filming her?
Well, I have that suspicion. Okay.
Okay.
And that's enough for me to look into.
It's not. That's filming in public.
Look, we can debate this all day.
It's not a debate. The memo clearly says it, and the fact that I've made you aware of this memo is going to win me the lawsuit.
Look, that's absolutely fine.
It's absolutely fine.
It's fine for you to have that opinion.
It's not an opinion. It's fact. I've already got one lawsuit against the MPS for this exact reason.
Well, look, I'm not going to debate those situations. Okay. Is anyone available?
We're just going to ask the question. It's not pop down, but yeah. No, it should come out on the radio.
Yeah, bear with me, okay.
Well, I might just stick around, to be honest. I might just go. But
That's within your gift, right?
well, apparently, because I'm not detained, but you suspect me of being a terrorist because you said you're going to detain me. You're waiting for a uniform to come and detain me. So clearly, you suspect me of being a terrorist.
We'd be more comfortable doing a search when we've got body worn footage as well. All right.
So you're not going to detain me until the uniform gets here. You're just going to wait. At which point I could just walk away, potentially be a terrorist.
Now the heat spikes. A Section 43 search is floated. The auditor goes surgical. Am I being detained? If they truly suspect terrorism, why isn't he in custody? He exposes the gap between rhetoric and lawful action, even reminding them Section 44 was repealed. The threat of a search shrinks under scrutiny. Viewers can feel the momentum swing. Authority asserted, then neutralized by a relentless demand for lawful justification.
As you're saying, you suspect.
It's a developing situation.
It's not, because if you genuinely suspected me of being a terrorist, you would be physically detaining me, wouldn't you?
You're being provocative, in my opinion, and I think you're doing that on purpose.
No, I'm trying to reason with you, Inspector.
You're not being reasonable because you're interrupting me non-stop. I'm trying to talk, you keep cutting in.
You interrupt me as well.
No, I've let you speak. You've said you've made your piece. I've explained what we're looking to do.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's fine.
But it's not fine. That's the issue, Inspector, is that it's not fine. You cannot abuse. You used to have Section 44.
I'm not abusing.
You don't have to talk.
You
don't have to talk. Do you know you used to have Section 44? Do you know why that got repealed? For this exact reason, didn't it? Didn't it, Chief Superintendent?
Why are you filming us now?
Pardon?
Why?
Well, for my own protection. You just said that you're going to detain and search me. As you said, you want body-worn footage. I want my own record as well.
We want to make sure officers are safe, so we want to take...
And I want to make sure members of the public are safe from tyrants like yourselves. So if you're going to abuse Section 43, I cannot stop you from doing that, obviously. And I won't resist you. I'm not going to aid you, but I won't resist you. And you will end up with a civil suit, and you will both be up on disciplinary matters.
We're going to wait till the uniform. I think we've both said our piece here.
No, I haven't finished saying my piece, actually.
You're free to talk.
I know I'm free to talk. I have rights. You don't have to respond. You've said multiple times you're not going to continue engaging, yet you do. As I said, I've made you aware of the memo.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're refusing to even look it up. I've made you aware, and neither of you are making any sort of concerted effort to look up this memo, to double-check the facts before you get a uniformed officer down here to detain me and search me and abuse my human rights. No, you're abusing my rights.
Pulling out a phone and doing research right now. I don't know who you are. I don't know anything
you could get this constable to do it. You could get the chief superintendent to do it.
A little bit under control. That's absolutely fine. Right?
Well, sorry, what's your name, Chief? Elizabeth Chappell, and what was it, Sergeant McKinsky? And your warrant number, sorry? 238826. Thank you. Just so I know exactly who to reference in the complaints at IOPC.
Absolutely.
This is the flashpoint. He invokes Article 10, freedom of expression, and asks whether they remember the oath to uphold human rights. The superintendent calls him provocative. He calls out tyranny. It's not name-calling. It's a framing battle. Is public filming suspicious, or a protected act that keeps power honest? Interruptions fly. He holds the floor anyway, hammering one point. Rights don't evaporate because someone in rank is uncomfortable.
Again, so before you
If you
sorry.
could put body worn on, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, there's a vehicle coming, guys. Be safe. So you've obviously listened to the inspector's side of it. So for you to make an informed decision, and I'll be polite with you, I'd like you to hear my side of it. Okay, and I think that's only fair. So I came here, as I explained to the first person that approached, I came here to try and get some shots of marked vehicles coming in and out, like this one. If obviously it wasn't being obstructed, I would get a nice sweep shot of a marked vehicle going in. Right? So let me finish. I've advised the Chief Superintendent and the Inspector that there is a memo from the National Police Chiefs Council, okay, that clearly explains vloggers and social media auditors filming police stations, and that it is not to be used as a ground for a Section 43 search, okay? Now, obviously, I've just heard the inspector say that it's down to you and it is ultimately your decision whether to do the search. As such, if you detain me and search me, you will be the one that is liable, because you'll be the one detaining and searching. You would be the one that is liable under the IOPC complaint procedures for disciplinary and dismissal, okay? So I would advise that, yes, your superiors are suggesting that you do something, But I would suggest that you have some common sense, at least look up this memo before you take any further action. I'm not going to go anywhere, but I would suggest that you look up this memo before you put yourself in a bad situation because a chief superintendent and an inspector is asking you to. Okay, because you are the one that is ultimately responsible for your actions as a constable. And they don't have the balls to detain me and search me themselves.
Okay, are you aware that there's not a lot of marked vehicles that come in and out?
I wasn't aware of that, no, but I appreciate you telling me. I didn't know that because I've not been here before.
You've not been here before?
No.
Okay.
So how would I know that?
So were you not here earlier?
No.
No.
A uniformed constable arrives, and with him, oxygen. The auditor lays out the entire chain, why he's filming, what the NPCC memo says, and the personal liability that falls on the officer who conducts an unlawful search. The tone shifts from confrontation to comprehension. The constable listens. For the first time, the state doesn't just speak, it hears. That change in posture is the real de-escalation.
Well, have you had somebody else here filming today?
Well, I've just been told that you were here earlier.
No, I've been here 14 minutes.
Okay. And how long are you staying here?
As long as a piece of string, my friend. You know, like I said, that shot that I've just missed because I'm now engaging in this conversation with you probably would have been enough to get my footage. And I probably would have been on my way. But obviously now I'm going to have to wait for another vehicle because I need to complete my footage.
Okay.
You know.
How many vehicles are you looking for?
Just one.
Just the one.
Yeah.
Just like one police car?
Yeah, marked vehicle. Yeah. It's just, so it's...
Why are you filming?
Pardon?
Why are you filming?
Because I'm interested. You know, we all have individual interests, don't we?
I know everyone tends to have like their own different reasons.
Absolutely, exactly. You know, and I have the right to freedom of expression in this country.
Exactly.
You know, and I absolutely have that right. I'm not trespassing onto your secure areas. I was stood out there. I clearly filmed the fact that you got the authorised vehicles only and the police personnel only sign. And so I made a point to point that out for my footage. And the fact that I'm not going past that, I stood there to film through. All I could see was a forensics unit. And I said,
Just a quick favour, just an officer coming out of their personal vehicle, can you not film that?
I mean, no, because I need to keep the camera pointed at you guys right now.
You can point at me, just not at their personal vehicle.
I'm not going to point it directly at that. I'm not going. Okay, I'm not directly pointing it. I'm pointing it at you. If that's in the background, it's in the background.
That's their personal vehicle.
It is.
And you're getting their registration plate on their face.
I will try to blur it out if possible. Yeah.
I don't
only
believe
real
you.
issue we have.
No, because you were polite about it, I will try to blur it out, depending if I can, because sometimes, depending on the shot with you two stood there, it's not always possible.
Our sort of standpoint, the only real issue that we have, right, is the fact that you're obviously free to film whatever you want. Right?
Absolutely, thank you, I appreciate
The
that.
only issue comes when you're filming officers not in uniform, leaving in their personal.
But again, you're making assumptions that that's what I'm
It's not an assumption
doing.
of you,
I'm not making an
it's-
assumption
it's-
or anything.
yeah.
I'm just saying
Exactly.
that the problem stands when that thing
Okay,
happens.
but again, that's not illegal,
So,
is it?
Up until then,
It's not illegal to do that. I can record every personal vehicle coming in and out. And you can ask questions. I don't like the fact that...
That's what we're here doing.
But I don't like...
Reason takes the mic. They talk registrations, privacy, officer safety, hostile reconnaissance. The auditor draws the key distinction: covert reconnaissance versus overt public filming. He's on a pavement, not behind a hedge. The logic lands. You can feel suspicion give way to procedure, and procedure give way to proportion. This is where the audience exhales, because law, not ego, is finally steering.
Can I just say to you before we go, I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to my side of it and not just the inspectors. And I really appreciate the fact that you haven't put yourself in a bad situation because of your superiors. Because you seem like a nice, friendly bloke. I'm not going to lie. That laugh is telling me otherwise.
Yeah, no, it's good, it's good.
No, but you seem reasonable, and I'm glad that you haven't put yourself in a bad situation. All right? Absolutely. But yeah, something's telling me otherwise. 1594. I'm gonna have to look into you a little bit more.
I think what we just really wanted to say to you is obviously you know what you're doing. In
Absolutely.
the rules. All we're saying is, personally, we have our own vehicles here. We're going home. It's not you necessarily. It's people that might watch your media and see that sort of information on there.
And I get that.
And
I get that
so
to an
you-
extent.
Like, I'd rather not. Well, I'm not driving home anytime
No.
soon. My shift finishes in like
Yeah.
6 hours later.
Fair.
But like, that's
I'm not
just
gonna be that
please
long.
be considerate of obviously our privacy.
Okay,
as
yeah,
police
and I
officers.
get that to an extent, and
Yeah.
it's never my objective to stand here.
That's all right.
And if they had searched me, and when the search would have come back negative, I would have made a point of standing here and filming every single one and publishing them out of
With the
spite, and I
terrorism
would
acts,
have.
We have to reasonably believe that you are a terrorist.
Absolutely.
Performing hostile reconnaissance.
Absolutely.
Now,
And hostile reconnaissance, according to memo, by its very nature, is covert.
you've swallowed.
The ice melts in a dialogue. They acknowledge each other's concerns, even share a laugh. The auditor thanks them for not following the earlier, heavier-handed lead. This is the payoff. The same scene that could have ended in cuffs resolves in conversation. Viewers don't just see a win. They see a template. How respect, knowledge, and patience can defuse a charge that rank alone couldn't carry.
That fully.
Yeah, I mean, when you do public photography and you're interested in filming the
Yeah,
police, you do need to know your
it's
shit.
good to know your rights.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not the only person that sort of does this. We have people when we're not just here, but when we drive to calls and stuff, they stand on the side of the road and we'll wait and film and stuff.
Yeah, I always will.
We
Just
don't
so for
have an issue
everybody's
with
sake, the public's and yours, because you have your body cams on, but obviously when you're dealing with a situation, you're so up close, sometimes it doesn't show it. But then if I've got footage and something happens to you, something happens to a member of the public, there's an objective full shot of it, you know what I mean?
Even when we're dealing with members of the public and things like that,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
can send us their own footage. But
Yeah.
from your perspective, we don't know what you're doing behind the camera. So like, there could
No,
be times
absolutely.
where, you know, like, we've turned up to something and someone seems to have got like some mobile phone footage
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like that, and this person's absolutely kicking off. But behind the camera, they could be going.
They could be.
But we don't know that.
They could be.
I missed the answer earlier. How long are you staying for? Just whenever?
I'd say that, yeah, as long as a piece of string.
One marked police car in there, and then a couple of carriers, and then most of them are personal vehicles.
Okay.
So there's no cars, no officers here are trained on sort of blue lights.
Okay.
So no one's going to come out for
On
your
lights,
video
okay.
like on blue lights.
Okay.
Stuff, but they
Well,
shouldn't do.
in that case, what I'll do is I'll just get the drone over because
Yeah,
that obviously it will get the top of your personal vehicles, but it's not got the angle to get your reg numbers or anything. So
yeah, that's fine. As long as obviously they're just cars, but it's the main issue I think is when our colleagues are in them and going home. It's like
yeah. Again, it's not my objective to get that.
Again, we're not saying that it's you personally that are filming
No.
for that reason, but people can look at your media and content. And
Sure,
just
but
like,
if somebody like specifically really wanted to come and do some damage to this station, there's Google Earth. Like if they wanted access
And
points,
you-
there's Google
and
Street Maps,
you're making
and
them
they could
good
go
points.
stand in the park over there, look like they're just playing in the park,
Yeah.
and actually be noting
making
down
good points,
every
but
registration that's
it's-
coming in and
if we
out.
can
You know,
limit
they
the-
could do their own
yeah,
reconnaissance.
If we can limit the means and stuff, that would be better.
Yeah, again, it's not my objective
No,
because you
no.
guys have been reasonable. I'm not going to like film every vehicle. The one in the background, I will try and blur
What's
it.
your name? You have a nickname or
Nah,
YouTube name?
I don't give it out. I don't give it out.
Not even YouTube now.
Nah, I don't give anything
What? So we
out.
can't watch the video of ourselves.
Oh, you can. Like, I won't name it anything obscure.
Is it
I'll-
going to be called like Auditing Mitcham Police Station?
It'll be something around It'll have Mitcham Police Station in it. And what day are we
When
on
are you
now?
uploading it?
Probably late in the weekend, early next week. I've got a few other videos going out and that. So, but
Cool. Well,
But-
I see no need for us to really stand it anymore. To be
No,
honest,
brilliant.
Yeah, just do what you do. Obviously, yeah. I don't know what else.
can I just ask you a favour?
Yeah, go for it.
Can you please educate your chief superintendent and inspector?
To be fair to you, mate, like, you've got to remember that where they are in the positions they are, they're not.
No, because
They're not talking to members of the public like yourself every day.
It doesn't matter. Like, they're higher ranked. They set the example for you guys at the end of the day, and it's unacceptable.
Yeah, but
if they had taken this time to have this chat with me, they would come to the same conclusion that you guys have come to, that I'm not here for any terrorist activity, and that I'm just doing what I do for my social media.
Yeah.
And I even said to them about them when I mentioned the memo to them. I said it explains about social media vloggers and auditors, and they still didn't clock in their head. You know what I mean? Like they're just not switched on upstairs. They should not be in that
They're
position.
very privy to a lot more of the safety briefings, counter-terrorism briefings. Obviously, police officers do get followed home.
Yeah.
We get followed home a lot.
Huh?
It happens. It's scary for us.
Absolutely,
So for
but
them as well,
you know
they're-
that risk when you
they're
take the job
priori-
on, don't you? I mean,
Not
to be
necessarily. I
honest.
just don't think it's acceptable.
I don't think it's acceptable, but it's a risk of your job.
Um,
The police, there is a dissolution between the public and the police, unfortunately, and I do think we all need to work on that from both sides to build that bridge.
I disagree, but that's fine.
But I mean, you guys are in special measures. I mean, let's face it, that doesn't happen for no reason. There are 5 or 6 forces in this country that are in special
that
measures.
doesn't reflect on how we are as individual officers.
Not as individual officers, and that's why I give everybody their fair due. You're like, I've had a civil conversation with you, I'll be respectful to you, because I'll give everybody their fair due. When they came out, started demanding ID and throwing around Section 43, you're not going to get the same side of me. The same way that if I start being abusive to you, I'm not going to get the same side of you. We all have different parts to ourselves, and I think respect on both sides goes a long way, and I will give everybody that until they show me they don't need it. But Jahari's box. I'm a psychologist, so yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Photographer, drone flyer.
Amateur photographer, psychologist by training.
How long have you been doing photography?
On and off since I was a teenager, really.
You're allowed to call yourself an amateur photographer at that point.
Yeah, I mean,
You've got more than enough experience?
No, I mean, I literally just use a mobile phone and like some basic editing software. I don't. Yeah, iPhone. I don't go around with a DSLR or anything like that. It's just purely amateur. Like, it's not anything special. I don't use Photoshop or anything.
Even people with like a whole DSLR and they're using Photoshop
and they still
like
can't
that,
do shit with it.
Amateurs, so.
but yeah, no,
Cool.
just hobbyists really.
We'll leave you to it.
Alrighty.
Yeah, please.
Just so I know who I've spoken to, we've got 2351 and yourself there.
1601.
1601, and I got yours already.
Southwest.
Southwest, brilliant. Well, I really appreciate your time today, guys. I'm really glad that you guys didn't fuck up. Please let them know that they will still be getting a complaint regardless of the fact that I didn't get searched.
Have you taken their name?
Yeah. I've got everything.
Paper or record?
On record, I've got it all on video. But yeah. Alright, guys, I'll let you crack on. Just one more thing, I don't think any of you let me know you were recording me. Obviously, that is in your policies. I literally looked that up this morning as well, and it's literally like the first paragraph of the first section that you do have to verbally announce so that it's not covert. I'm not going to give you a hard time and putting complaints about it because you have been very reasonable. But I would be within my rights to please remember to make sure that you verbally announce to members of the public when you start recording them. You are subject to GDPR. Obviously, if I don't know that I've been recorded, a member of the public that doesn't know that they've been recorded, they don't know that they've got data to access under their rights. And also you could be contravening REPA because by not mentioning you, you're actually covertly recording, which is a seriously indictable offence actually. And I wouldn't want to see you guys get in that situation. So for everybody's safety, for yours and the public's, please remember to just let them know. I appreciate that. Alrighty guys. Cheers. Cheers, alright. Take care.
Sure you don't want to tell us the YouTube name?
Nah, no, you'll find it.
Nothing's going to happen.
You'll find it. Oh, you say that, but I've given up. No, because like, I'm not zooming in. I'm just getting a nice thumbnail with some smiley faces. But no, I've given out my channel before, and it's easily trackable. You want to get in it? Go on. Give us a nice smiley. Yeah, you're already on the video. You might as well get a nice smiley pic. That's what I like, chaps. Brilliant. Lovely. I might forward that to the station for you guys. You're going to have it up on your wall.
Debrief time. The auditor lays out the verdict. Senior ranks escalated without grounds. The PC's corrected course. He underlines the lesson for the audience. Rights matter, process matters, and every constable is accountable for how they use their powers, no matter who's whispering orders. It's reflective, pointed, and memorable. The kind of closing that sends viewers to the comments with a clearer sense of where the line is and why it must hold.